Right, buddy, welcome back to the latest Manchester United news. Now, in this video, we'll be going through the latest on Jadon Sancho and his potential exit to Fenerbahce. That deal is getting closer. We'll also be talking about ONANA deal blocked. We'll also be talking about Xerxes staying, and yeah, Wilfred Ndidi and much more. But I'm going to start off by talking about the Jadon Sancho situation. Now, we've had some interesting reports between Napoli and Jadon Sancho, but the main ones that are progressing at the moment are the ones between Fenerbahce and Manchester United. Now, it's coming in from Ben Jacobs. Fenerbahce are pushing to sign Jadon Sancho and are prepared to pay the Manchester United winger up at 8.5 million in salary, which works around £165,000 per week. Mourinho has had a contact or direct call with the player. This coming in for Rudy Galetti now suggesting Manchester United 30 mil price tag for Sancho is seen as fair. Talks between the Turkish side and Sancho started in May. Jadon Sancho, however, would like to, if possible, stay in English football or return to Dortmund. However, they are focused on other targets. Saudi pro interest is there, with Al Ali and Al Qadisah showing the most intrigue. Now, listen, I think Sancho will hopefully go to Fenerbahce. I think 30 mil makes a lot of sense for a player like him. I think he's a player who struggled with confidence and struggled with quality. And listen, he's a very just not the ultimate professional from what's been heard. And I think Fenerbahce willing to pay him that sort of money. I'll just be happy if Jadon Sancho leaves, to be honest with you. And I think that's something that all Manchester United fans want, to be honest with you. I think getting him out of the club is a priority, and it's one of those where you get £30 million, which is huge. It allows you to maybe sign a striker or sign someone else, and I think that's something that does massively help Manchester United. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, if Manchester United sold Casemiro and got rid of his wages, then be immediately put on a striker. If they spend on other positions, they'd look at more budget options in the midfield. For example, Wilfred Ndidi, who is seen as a cheap option at only being available for £9 million after Leicester got relegated. Now, on Ndidi, listen, maybe 3-4 years ago, he was a fantastic player at his prime, week in, week out for Leicester in the Premier League, a very top player. Look at him now, he's 28 or 29, I think he is now. He won't be a player who would massively improve this Manchester United team, and that's all you really have to say on that. You know, he's Premier League experience, but again, he's not a huge boost. Again, though, he is a low budget option, and for £9-10 million, maybe get 1 or 2 seasons out of him, you could potentially look at it like that. Now, if Gyökeres joined Arsenal, then Benjamin Sesko to United can't be discounted. Their prior interest in Benjamin Sesko. Manchester United, obviously, we know, want to sign a striker after signing Mbeumo and Cunha. Listen, you know, on the striker situation, Sesko, for me, not a bad option, like not a bad player, but 23, relatively inexperienced, wouldn't be the sort of player I'd go for. I'd go for someone like a Gyökeres, Osman, just someone with experience. As I keep saying, we have players, young, up and coming, maybe in a couple seasons. We need someone who's there, ready now, like ready to go, polished and ready to go, and I just don't think Sesko is that sort of guy. Yes, he's got that European experience, but we'll have to wait and see what develops there. The next thing, Toby Collier, potentially a loan. Xerxes wants to stay and will be staying at Manchester United. Monaco and Onana deal hit major block over personal terms. Now the deal is extremely unlikely, so it doesn't look like Sancho will be going to Monaco. Onana will be going to Monaco. I think we kind of knew that anyway. Obviously, we know Emi Martinez wants to come to Manchester United, but with the wages, with the fact that Onana is going to be staying at Manchester United, him really leaving doesn't really have the biggest impacts on like, it's all depending on whether Onana is going to leave, and I don't think Onana is going to leave, with the talks dying down between him and Monaco. So yeah, I don't think he's going to leave. I think he is going to stay at Manchester United. But listen, very quick update there. I'm sorry for a bit of a short one, but listen, Manchester United so far, Sancho looking like he's going to Fenerbahce, with Jose Mourinho having a direct call with the player. They are willing to pay what he's wanted, but around 165k per week, which is around 8.5 mil a year. 30 mil price tag, which again is more than, to be fair, what I expected to get for Sancho. I thought it'd be in a region between 20 and 25 mil, so 5 mil more, which is fantastic. And that money can be needed and used to go to a striker, because again, listen, it's looking like we're going to get Mbeumo over the line. We now need to get that Cunha deal done quickly as possible, as quickly as possibly can. Sorry, we got Mbeumo over the line, we got Cunha over the line. We now need to focus on getting exit Sancho, Rashford, Antony, Garnacho, which I'll talk about quickly actually. Garnacho on the price tag, Manchester United insist and want around 70 mil, 60-70 mil for Garnacho. Listen, I don't think that's feasible. I just don't think that's going to happen. I think Garnacho is a player who has kind of ruined his reputation with some of the things he's done at Manchester United. And with all the stuff coming out about him, the price is going to be lowered. Now, the max I would want for Garnacho is probably 50 mil. And I think that's something United are going to have to look at. They're going to have to look at, do you really want to sell Garnacho? And if you do, what sort of price do you want? Which I think United will obviously look to administrate at the moment. Obviously, Kobbie Mainoo, he's going to stay at United, we hope, and he does want to sign a new contract. But listen, that's been a quick news update. Thanks for watching.